Alright, so I'm just walking along under this canopy of trees here. You can hear the birds in the background, it's actually really nice. A few cars as well, but nothing too bad. So, so speaking about diverse bus journeys and diverse trips to Lidl and Aldi, I think it is no harm to, and not just no harm, I think it's useful actually to remark on our observations as Irish people as we go around our daily lives, and to do it in a way which is just outlining what we see around us. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be nasty, it doesn't have to be mean, but just remarking on how these places have become very foreign. Certain places have just become very foreign in recent times, and that's a fair thing to say. You're just stating the facts. That's all it is. And some people will say Lidl and Aldi were always a bit like that. Yeah, and they were. It's true, they were. But they've certainly become more so like that in recent years. I would say since COVID. Since we had the equivalent of the Boris wave here, but in our case it would be the Martin wave or the Varadkar wave or the Harris wave. But there's no question, certain spaces have become inhabited more and more by non-Irish peoples, and even especially more so by non-European peoples. And again, that's just stating the facts. You can see this as you go around, whether it be around your towns or cities or even villages, especially villages and small towns that have been hit by these asylum centres, against the wishes of the local population in most cases. And certain counties have been hit particularly hard, like Mayo, for instance. And what's his name over there? Stephen Kerr has done fantastic work in that regard, in highlighting what's going on there. And, and trying to draw attention to the Gombeen types who have facilitated this and profited massively from it as well. And again, not giving a damn about what the local people of those communities actually want. Doesn't matter, so long as these Gombeens get to line their pockets, that's all that matters for them. And we already know about the likes of Banty, but there's many more around the place as well. And obviously Nick Delahanty has done great work on that as well. But also just this whole topic kind of reminds you of that article from Margaret. He had a video on an article recently called Dare Everywhere. Dare being obviously, the increasing amount of, foreign peoples in places that would have been Irish, or in his case British, since forever, really. And now even those places, that were kind of almost sacred in a way, or in the sense that you didn't have to think in terms of, you would go to a place of natural beauty and you just knew, first of all, there probably wouldn't be that many people there, so it was kind of an escape in that sense. But also, even the people you would meet would nearly always be Irish, or in his case British, and there might be a smattering of Europeans or tourists or whatever. That's fine, but you wouldn't have sort of large groups of Muslims or large groups of Indians or whatever, which you do tend to find now in these places, like the likes of Glendalough, for instance. It's mad. If you go to Glendalough and you see these large extended family groups of Indians and various other peoples from the greater Middle East and so on, wearing their veils and their hijabs and so on, and you're like, what is going on here? This is just not normal. And how did this suddenly happen? And that's the thing I think that people have noticed as well. It's suddenly happened.